A rare TV appearance, up close and personal with actor rock star Rick Springfield.
So what do you want to talk about?
This woman in our audience doesn't know it, but she is...
Thank you very much. Good morning. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is Monday, and I am ready to go, and I know why this audience is screaming and crying. I hope they're crying and stomping their feet.
I know why you're screaming.
Yeah, well, look. Look who's here today.
Rick Springfield.
This T-shirt belongs to one of our producers, one of our sister producers, Stephanie DeRuiter, who went to his world concert tour in 1983. She says that she has moved like 6 times since then. She's never been able to throw away this T-shirt.
Maybe you can sign it for her today.
I think so, yeah. She said, Matty, I want the T-shirt back.
Oh, that's
she said to me, I said, Steph, would you let me, show it to the audience? She says, yes, but I want the T-shirt back. I don't know where she is right now.
Oh.
But it's been one of those weekends where I spent it thinking about my high school years and the time, because when I heard that Rick Springfield, had gotten married, I almost slashed my wrist. I mean, it was that kind of thing.
Were you going to wait for him? Or hope he would wait for you?
I was hoping that he would even have a clue who I was. And so when you're 15 and he was such a heartthrob to me, 15, 16 years old. And in a million years did I ever think I was going to have a show like this. But aside from that, interviewing Rick, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I thought about that a lot this weekend. Yeah, it's just like a dream come true, doubly.
Will you snort when he comes out? See, there you go. You can't beat that.
I'm starting to snort now. Anyway,
Against nose, they're in good stead when Matty starts to snort.
Yeah.
Here's what I did this weekend. I went back to the old cruise ship I used to work. Coming up, Rick Springfield! Right there! Coming up! Hey, you can start your own acting career just as our next guest did almost 15 years ago. Many stars of the big screen and primetime got their start on General Hospital. Did you know General Hospital has also introduced rock and roll to Hollywood and to the stars? Take a look. What?
Something wrong?
Will you stop it?
When you do. Now, come on, what's going on here?
Well, if you can't figure it out, then you're an idiot. Or you just don't care.
Then I'm an idiot because I do care.
Right.
Bobby.
You don't care about anybody but yourself, do you?
What are you doing? I don't understand this.
You wouldn't.
If you didn't recognize him, you should. He was known as much for his role on General Hospital as Dr. Noah Drake, who was a leading heartthrob, as he was for his singing and songwriting, which won him a Grammy. Please help me welcome Rick Springfield. There you go.
Thanks, Mike.
Welcome.
The other ear's in the mail.
He's a comedian, too. It is so great to see you.
How do I enter that competition, Mike?
You want to get back on GH? We have connections now. We know people there. We can see what we can do.
Do you realize what a red letter day it is for Matty? Do you know how excited she is?
Look, I'm even wearing red.
Red outfit, red letter. There you go.
So he can notice me. Yeah. No, but things have changed for you. I mean, since 1981. I mean, you're a father now.
Yeah.
How many kids?
I have 2 boys. Yeah, I have 2 boys. They're 9 and 5. Actually, the reason I was late coming here was because I had to drop a science project off, and the eldest one is school.
Did you really? Oh, that's great.
What a great show and tell for the boy. It's my dad. He's a famous rock star, actor. Yeah. All right, you can go, Vinny.
And how's your wife doing?
She's great.
Yeah?
She didn't drop his science project off, I know that.
She did it, so you did it.
How many years together with your wife?
13. 13.
What do you mean, uh-oh, ladies? Just settle down right there.
Yeah, at the height of your incredible popularity, you got married, broke many women's hearts, including my own. But, I had to cross you up.
Too. She didn't want to get married.
Hold that thought. We got a bunch of time to spend with Rick Springfield about the career, about his personal life, everything coming up. buzz about you appearing, and I walked by one of the conference rooms, and all of the women in there, I know, on top of the table.
We were all doing it right now.
Stephanie, who wanted, come here, you can have this now. She was the one that was just going, there's your little prize. There,
She saved it for 12 years, Stephanie Rick. For 12 years. Isn't she gorgeous? We've got some gorgeous women working here. But we...
Where were all these girls when I was single?
Oh, like they weren't there.
Oh,
Come
please,
on.
Rick.
So what do you want to talk about?
I mean, we were talking before about this incredible fame, and I mean, you said that you didn't even remember doing that scene from General Hospital because there was so much going on in your life, and then we didn't see you for a while.
Yeah, I was touring, recording, and, you know, doing the whole thing. I mean, 7 days a week, and I really got burned out. I went into depression, and I know it seems hard to imagine, but
It looks perfect, doesn't it?
they say the only thing worse than not getting what you want is getting what you want, and to a degree, you know, everybody, and I know people who have done similar things. You know, you get to know people, in either actors or musicians who've had success, and there's always a point of disillusionment because it's just never what, you know, you're trying to fill something in you that really can't, and that's really the drive of an entertainer.
What were you missing?
You know, it's the thing of not being loved enough as a kid. I mean, it's a long thing. You know, you could get. I mean, without getting too heavy. I mean, it's that whole thing, and it's trying to replace something with fame and success, and a lot of it is great. I mean, you know, there was a great freedom when I started earning money, and there was a great personal. I felt a great personal charge when I would play a song that I'd written and people would react to it, and that's great. I mean, as a writer, which is what I primarily consider myself, that was has always been the greatest thrill to me. But there's a point where, you know, you've got a house and you got this and that, and I just went down. It was happening very fast. It got when my first son was born, and I said, I'm gonna take some time off here. I thought it would be 3 months. It ended up being about 4.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it was a real necessary 4.5 years, because it's the reason that I'm sitting here talking coherently now, is because I took that time off to look into myself and to figure out what was going on and to straighten myself out and get a direction again. And it was the most important thing for my survival. I mean, everyone comes out and says, yeah, I had a drug problem. I had this. My problem was totally mental. And it was, and I think a lot more people have the mental problem than with drugs. I mean, drugs you can kick, you know, but when it's inside your head,
you're living with yourself.
It's very hard, and it was. I went through, you know, a lot of things. I went through therapy and just looked inside myself, and it's been great for me as an actor and as a writer, because now I have a whole lot of stuff.
In a
to
family.
grow from, not just thinking about girls anymore, you know, which is great.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You go to a different level in your life.
I mean, my life changes. You know, your life changes, and I mean, music has always been very sexual for me anyway. So that's not like, you know, that never leaves music. I don't think anyway.
And hopefully never leaves you. I think you know, to the end.
Now, you were raised in Australia.
Yeah.
But you lived in Sri Lanka, is that right?
No, we moved to England when I was a kid. My dad was in the army, and we moved to England when I was just discovering music and girls. And it was a major change for me, because I suddenly was out from living in the country in Australia. I was suddenly living 20 minutes outside London, and music was exploding, and girls.
Puberty in Paris.
Yeah, my puberty, you know, puberty was hitting the wall, and it was very, very major change in my life. But what happened was we caught a ship. It wasn't before they were really like flying the people from Australia, you know. So when I saw India, was walking around the pyramids of Egypt at 9 years old, and it was incredible eye-opener for me. It was, you know, to travel as a kid to see the world is the most amazing education you can get. I mean, I'm a high school dropout, but my education was traveling and reading. And,
How did your parents feel when you dropped out of school?
They weren't too thrilled, you know. My mom was from the school of, you know, how you ever expect to make a living playing the guitar, you know. And then
did they see the success?
Yeah, my dad died just before Jesse's Girl came out. He started to see it, and it's one of the big frustrations of my life was that it's still very deep in me, all the pain about that. Was that he didn't get to be there, but he was. I mean, I really felt his presence.
He's like your guardian angel.
Yeah, he really was, because he got very sick the last couple of years of his life, and hang on, I'll be back with you in a minute.
That's all right. That's all right.
And but he would. I remember when my mom said when he got the record, which had Jesse's Girl on, it's called Working Class Dog.
Right.
He would sit every day playing it and going, yeah, this one's going to do it. This one's going to do it. So he was always my champion, you know, when things were.
Well, you know he's with you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I had a big spiritual turnaround too. I mean, I don't want to get. I can get pretty heavy. Let me tell you.
All right.
That's okay. We're all
We got a
family
couch.
here.
We're comfortable. Go.
We're
I mean,
all
I've been
family
through,
here.
you know, some 5 years of intensive therapy, so I got a lot of stuff to talk about. But what was I talking about?
Well,
About your dad.
What?
About your father.
Yeah, but what specifically?
well, just how he pulled you through, and
It
how
comes and goes. Huh?
you pulled on that strength of your dad, knowing he was there.
Yeah. He was a big believer, and he'd been a singer while he was in the army. And I found out later on, my mom had always wanted him to go to American tour, and it's like the dreams of the parents, you know, unfulfilled dreams of the parents come true in the child that picks up the gauntlet, and I was the one that picked up the gauntlet. I mean, it's all these things that your parents give you that aren't spoken. Everything you get really is all this subliminal stuff going on, and I somehow, I mean, I thought my mom was this big dictator that every time I'd be playing the guitar, instead of doing my homework, she'd go, Richard, you know, do your homework. Really, she was the one that was going, go, do it,
Sure.
you know. And so when I dropped out of school, I was kicked out, actually, because I got into music, and I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew geography wasn't going to help me at that point. But I don't recommend that to my kids, and I'm saying, you got to get an education.
Yeah.
Do you see musical talent in them?
Yeah, my eldest son, Liam, is just the biggest ham in the world, and is already going to acting classes, but I don't want him to be a child actor. I wouldn't want him to do that, but if he still wants to do it when he's 18, I'll say go.
And the acting continues with you. We should mention the series, High Tide, which is airing, it's syndicated, so it's in its first season.
So check your local listings, as they say.
We're starting a second season in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, could you come back and recant some more tales of your youth?
Yeah, sure.
We'd love it.
We'd love to have Rick. Got to take a break. We're coming back. Thanks so much. Great. Be right back.